I want to preface this video very quickly before we end up moving any further. I'm not a predator. I'm not somebody who's incredibly good at shooting in FPS games. However, I am somebody who has very recently picked up playing FPS games. I legitimately just want to provide some tips to people who may have potentially never played an FPS game before, or people who are just looking to get better, and maybe the tips I give you today may be tips that you've never heard of before. You're here because you probably play like this. Now, I cannot confirm or deny if any of that is actual footage of me playing the game. It's definitely footage of me playing the game. I deceived you and I apologize. Now, the first tip that I have isn't really a tip. It's more of a do not do this. You ready? Alright guys, this is what you should not do. Are you ready? And then we take whatever value was given to us from our favorite Twitch streamer in the whole world and we go into the game. You queue up for the firing range, you wait for 16,000 years to get into the firing range, and you take the settings that your favorite streamer has provided to you and you plug them into the game. You go into your settings, you go into mouse and keyboard controllers, you go to the mouse sensitivity, you set it to whatever your favorite streamer's is, 1.4. You make sure that you get the ADS out right on your mouse. You pull this out on your mouse, you push this button here on top, boom, 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 boom. You put it as low as it'll go. More than likely you put it as low as it'll go. And more than likely for a lot of you guys, this is what it ends up looking like. You know, I'm full motion on the keyboard here, okay, right? And you're like, okay, this will, and your people are like moving around in front of you and you're trying to shoot them and this is what it ends up looking like, right? Now, I have a concept that not very many people are familiar with and a couple people may be, you know, a little bit against to improving your aim. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. Step one. A lot of the guns in the game are going to have much different recoils. Practice the recoils. Pick up a gun and shoot it. Step two, your sensitivity is going to be whatever you want it to be at this given time. Obviously, lower sensitivity for some people is going to feel much, much better. However, over the few months that I've been playing Apex Legends, I have found that very, very many streamers and very, very many professional players use a wide variety of sensitivities. Please pick the sensitivity that works best for you, that you're the most comfortable with. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a hot take here for some people who've played this game before. So, as we go into our little mouse and keyboards here, right, and we've got our mouse sensitivity here, which we all have pulled from our favorite streamers, and we've set it to whatever it is that we're comfortable with. We push the DPI 40,000 times to get it as low as it'll possibly go. We can barely move, we can barely see, right? That's exactly how it goes. Now, there's this little button here underneath that says ADS sensitivity. You're going to want to go in here and you're going to want to adjust it further. So for me, what I've found that has really helped me a lot is my mouse sensitivity is how far I would like it to be able to go so that on a full swipe of my mouse pad, I can get about a 180 in. So then when I need to flick, I can flick very, very easily. I guess not very, very easily, but you know, easy enough, right? Now, when you're aiming though, when you're aiming down sights, in my opinion, you want that sensitivity to be much, much lower so you can hit those shots and be much more precise with them. Now, I don't hear very many people talking about this for some reason, and I'm not really sure. I want to shout out his Watson. You know, because I thought that his DPI was pretty high, and so when I looked in and saw that his sensitivity was much lower when you looked at his different ADS settings, it gave me a good idea. Now, I wouldn't look at what I have on here. Like I said, I'm not a very good player of the game yet, and I'm very much learning, but for somebody who's very new to the game, you may find that the sensitivity is too low for movement, but too high for having accurate aim, right? You see those amazing shots I just did on the screen there. So moving that around a little bit could give you the potential ability to have good movement on mouse and keyboard, but also maintain kind of those sensitive micro adjustments that you need while shooting your gun as well. And the last thing that I want to point out that some people who either have never played with MNK before or who are new to it is kind of how you're sitting, okay? Now I'm not going to do like this, watch like hour-long videos on how you're supposed to sit. I'm literally just going to say this. Are you ready? A big thing is that you want the chair to be as level with the desk as it can possibly be. You want to be able to put your elbow here, and you want to be able to have a movement space where you can move your wrist back and forth kind of like this, because as that sensitivity is lower, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough space to get fully across and get those precision movements in, but you want to make sure that you have enough space to flick and move. But more importantly, you want to be comfortable, so make sure that you're sitting, you're straight up and down. You're looking for that accuracy, you're looking for something that's going to be the most beneficial to put you ahead of other people. Pay attention to how you're sitting, sit up, sit straight. Like I said, I'm not the best resource for how to be like one of the best players in the game, but if you're looking to be just a little bit better at Apex Legends, then hopefully some of these tips and tricks have kind of made you think a little bit about like, oh, you know, maybe I need to do this, maybe I need to do that. You know, the biggest tip I can give you is spend 15 minutes in the firing range shooting every single gun every single day, practice some of that movement, and move that sensitivity around just a little bit. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming in today. Like I said, I'm just hoping that some of these tips and tricks give you guys kind of a little bit of a way to challenge some of your thinking and get you guys kind of set up in that right direction. Otherwise, I think that's it for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please come check me out over on Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and like the video, so that way then I kind of know the direction that you guys would like this content to go. Alright guys, take it easy and have a good day.